Hey guys, we've got a 15 plus 10 up. And we've got the black pieces. The second time running, we've got an e4, e5 game. Let's see what we get. Alright, normal. We're going to get another Rousseau. We are indeed. Here we are, the Italian. I do find that from this like 1500 mark, that the Roy Lopez starts to gain in popularity and the Italian starts to dwindle a bit. Okay, so they've taken. So the whole point of this is just like the Vienna Gambit. You get to push the e4 pawn with tempo, remove the knight. And the knight really has to go home. It can't go here or here because of our queen. And it can't go here or here because of our knight. So there's really only two moves. The knight either retreats immediately or they play queen e2 to pin this pawn on the king, but then we just do exactly the same thing. Okay, so now the move is knight f6. The point of this move, as I forgot in yesterday's game, is to prevent queen h5 check. Okay, and here we can now push d5 with tempo again against the bishop, because we've got two defenders. So if knight or bishop takes, it simply lose a piece. And now, of course, we're also threatening, because we've moved the d pawn, we're also threatening now to capture the pawn on f5, regain our pawn, and it's black who has all the play. Look at this, 1, 2, 3 pieces in the middle of the board, and 2 pawns compared to just 2 pieces. So, a really good way to get initiative, and it's a gambit, but we've already won the pawn back on move 7, so life is looking pretty good. Life is pretty rosy right now, and you get this accepted line, I would say more often than not, actually. Also, this bishop's now starting to look a little bit vulnerable. Okay, this is a quiet move. Right, so I'm thinking that's probably either going to announce this or it's trying to prevent the knight or the bishop going to g4. Either way, it's definitely slow. So I'm thinking about developing my king's bishop, maybe. I'm wondering about here, actually. Depends if the king, which way white wants to castle. We don't know yet. I'm thinking I'll probably long castle. But again, I'm not committed either way. That's attacked once, defended twice. This is a kind of, might look like a flexible move, but it's actually a bit of a non-committal move. I don't know. I don't really want to develop my queen and block in the bishop either, so let's get the bishop out, eh? So I don't really want to stick it here, because that blocks the queen's defense of the pawn, so I think this is the most pressing move. I'm also just threatening immediately to take the knight, which is going to mess up white's pawns on the queen side, leaving white really with only one option, for getting the king safe. Had a real rip-roar over game yesterday. If you haven't seen the penny drops video, definitely worthwhile. That was a cracker. And the knight has moved one more time. The knight has actually moved 4 times in this game. Once, twice. Oh no, this knight. So okay, so he's made 4 knight moves and he's achieved that. Right, yeah, it's a different knight. Okay. What's the game then? Okay, so you could, in theory, come in there. No, you couldn't. You'd just be taken. The bishop's not looking at it. So is he thinking of coming in here? Do I want to play my queen up here now, for example? Covers up this square. Gets queenie off the back rank. I don't see any particular weaknesses. Still defending this. That's defended twice. The bishop's not actually defended, but the bishop can always drop back. And white is now falling over himself. Okay, so yeah, he was basically just saving the knight there. Okay, so this is kind of a no-brainer. But is that going to help white's prospects in this game, just kicking that bishop away? Was it a necessary move? I don't know. This game is a 7-9 for me. I win 7 points if I win. My opponent's a bit lower rated at 15-10. And there goes the knight. I mean, I could come back here, but that looks a bit, I don't know. Wait, this is the thing. Pretend you're Karpov. Where does the bishop really want to be? I'm going to knock it back here. It's on a defended square. Defending our vanguard pawn. King can still go either way. I mean, there's an argument for short castles because it gets the rook onto f8, which is a semi-open file. There's no black pawns on that file till we get to here. And we have a bishop looking at that as well. So I confess I'm somewhat inclined towards the short castle option. Yes, it lines my king up with this bishop, but is that a biggie? I don't know. Another option is this. Oh, I like that. If I do this, I'll probably castle next move. Pinning this pawn on f2. Also allows me then to push c6, because I kind of like that idea. The knight can't come in here or here. This is all good. Because that is an outpost. That is a proper outpost, man. This bishop can't move. White really has to castle immediately now, I think. Let's say white castles e3. Is that a thing? Maybe not. But I like c6 at some point. I don't think it's necessary to play that now. I think that would be just dragging my feet. Short castles is definitely an idea. Puts more pressure on this pawn, which will be pinned against the king if white castle's short. Even if white castle's short, I might slam the knight in there anyway. Actually, yeah, because that puts two attackers on this pawn. Right, this is interesting. So I think what he's doing is he's defending this square. Now the first thing that I'm seeing is knight f3 check. Queen can't take because pawn takes, yeah? So if I put my knight in there with check, in order to save castling rights, white's going to have to take with the pawn. And then I take this knight. And I'm not liking white's prospects. Okay, so let's see. Knight f3 check. Queen takes is out, so forget that. If pawn doesn't take, if he just does this, then he's just lost castling rights and with nothing really to show for it. I can just retreat, I think. Okay, let's do it. Okay, barely thought about that one. Now knight here. Sorry, queen takes knight. Not worried about this. I'll still probably push c6 now that the queen's moved from the defense. Okay, okay. Has to be that, doesn't it? Oh no. Oh, that was a good move. Completely missed it. It's a double attack. Ah! Curses. No way you saw that and calculated that in 3 seconds. Bugger, right, okay. I've got this, I can take a pawn. He may trade queens, but I think... But then if I'm going to go down a piece... Should I try and keep as much as possible on the board? I think I probably should, actually. But then he can grab this pawn. I've got decent coverage on there. That was annoying. Okay. Now I can take that with the queen. And still, it's not all roses for white here. Yeah, he's up a full piece. He's up a full piece. I've got 1, 2, 3 attackers on there. I could simply take, but my inclination is to get castled, and I think long castle, get the rook on d8. Certainly don't want to be in the line of fire of that bishop. That's what I'm thinking. If takes, we could have some tradeage, which is not, actually that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, I'm going to recover a pawn. If knight takes, I've got bishop takes looking at the rook. Rook will probably then come to g1, which means this pawn's undefended. Okay. Right, I think I just have to drop back somehow. Here. That hangs this pawn. I think I have to... Oh, actually there's two attackers on there now. Opponent's finding some really good moves very, very quickly too. If I push... See, whatever I do, he's got queen and bishop looking at this. I just played some really bad moves, or is my opponent just really pulling out the bag? I have no idea. Okay, well that's easy enough. I think I just capture with this. I don't want to trade the queens off for sure. I dare say rook's going to go to g1. It says no castling short. I still probably want to do this move. I like my bishop on that outpost there. Takes rook. We're just castles. Alright, do I want to save the pawn? I think I must really. Definitely want a castle, definitely want to activate my rooks. White's biggest problem is getting the king to safety. I only have one bishop, that's my issue. I've got 6 pawns, I'm a pawn up, but bishop down. Right now there are some undefended things. That rook in fact indeed is undefended, so I mean, is this crazy? Okay, queen's having a poke at my rook. I think I'll just castle. This pawn could fall anyway. Then I'll probably just move away to here with a double attack. That would be a discovery on the queen, and I'm attacking this rook. So I don't think bishop takes works. Okay, interesting. How does that not just hang a pawn? Here, the king cannot move on to the second rank because he'd be in check. So the rook has to, oh no, I'm not really attacking the rook because bishop defends. Take the pawn. I'm now up 2 pawns for my piece. No, I'm not anymore. Okay. So this pins the bishop. This move, I'm attacking the pawn, that's it really. How about that doesn't work? I'm just trying to see if my bishop can defend a8 in any way. Can't really. Here. You hear those noisy kittens and shouting for cream. Okay, for milk, mother's milk. Okay, this, I'm just threatening the bishop outright. The king can defend the bishop there or there. So my concern is queen here, king here, bishop checks. This pawn's going to hang, yeah? If I push the pawn now, queen here, I've got king c7, defends this pawn. And if the queen's on a8, then that bishop can't come in. I've also got this idea. Okay, now that hits the queen. Now you might do this, in which case I might just come back. What are you doing? What's all the noise about? Hey, what's all the noise about? Come here. Let's say hello to the boys and girls at home. There we go. Oh. Here's one little blind kitten. 2 days old. Don't worry, I got you. Right, now I can come here, yeah? I mean, the bishop could come in or the queen can come in, but it doesn't matter. I don't think they can actually... I've got it. There you go. Not too worried. You're going to get your bishop in there. That could be an issue. I have to go here then. Queen there. There. Queen does take. Bishop in here, I can actually give a check as well. Or check with a queen. Yeah, bishop here could be annoying. Threatens this, king here, there, there, queen takes there. Yeah, bit of a pain. So let's say bishop in here. Rook e8 check. King's got a few options. Bishop in here, check. Probably go here. Now my opponent's thinking. This is also a definite threat. There's a kind of two-move mate on there. So let's say they do this. I do this immediately. Okay. Well, now this doesn't come with check, so it's much less of a threat. I mean, my move is just forced. So here again. Could end up with repetition at this rate if you're not careful. Which really is not in white's interest because white's got the extra bishop. Okay, let's come back again. This is a definite threat because on one hand I'm attacking the rook, the other hand I'm threatening to come in with checkmate. So this is my default idea. I can offer a draw. Draw by repetition, there you go. And white did it, there you go. Yeah, interesting one that. Because it's one of those games, I got a massive lead at the start. You can see I had all the space, I had all the development, and I kind of just let it slide through my fingers, which is a thing. There we go. So from here, well, let's go from the start. Okay. Right, so yeah, I think the machine wants you to play this move at this point, but then that does open you up to queen here, and then the king has to move, which is actually, engine-wise, is the strongest. But this is all fine. Look, we're doing well. We're doing well. There was a better move. Okay, just shove it straight up the middle. Yeah, that was quiet, and that's a miss. Probably wants d4 again there. Wow, really wants me just to shove it right down white's throat. Okay, another bad move. That's good, that's not, that's good. And here I'm -4 already. That's a great move. That's a mistake. And this is a blunder. because I gave my knight up. Right, this is good, but I missed that. I mean, that is 3 moves deep, right? I saw this, takes. I saw that far, and I thought I was okay. What I didn't visualize is what the board would like at this point. I thought my queen was okay, and then my opponent in a split second found that, and suddenly white is winning. So that is actually just a bad idea. And quite honestly as well, another thing we could say about this is black's got so much initiative here. What should I have done? Just like long castled? Oh, the check here is perfectly good. Wow. There you go. So really getting the knight down their throat, but interesting stuff. Let's stick on analytics. So knight d3 here. Long castles is the second best move, and that would simply have just consolidated my position. Right, with 13 minutes on the clock. This is what I need to practice. You know, this is my edge for improving. Is when I see something like this. Okay, go well. Let's take it one move further. It's not that difficult. There. And my opponent, I remember, like in less than 2 seconds, just grabbed. Right, and I knew I could get the knight, and that was the point where I said, okay, thinking's over, thinking time's over. Okay, but if I saw this position as white, I'd go, oh look, a double attack. Yeah, discovery and an attack on the bishop. Pretty simple. It's just laziness of not thinking my way through to that point, yeah. But yeah, I'll take the draw in the end. Quite satisfied with that after really blowing a massive advantage and getting myself into a little bit of a pickle. I think it was a bit shabby of white to allow the draw. From here, there's yeah. So this is just actually equal now, bizarrely. So I'm thinking, yeah, this move would have been. So let's say they just done something poor like this. Rook h e8 is saying. First of all, pin that. What about this move, though? What would they have done in this case? No good. Bishop. Oh. What? Oh, damn. Damn. That would have been horrible. That would have been horrible. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't do that with my king on this square anyway. So, yeah, like I say, guys, it is all tactics, you know? And even if when you get stronger, you get towards a master level, title player level. It's tactics within tactics within tactics. And who can think the deepest? And very often it's just laziness that prevents us from doing it. So there you go. All right. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that to some extent. It wasn't the most satisfying draw for me, but I'll take it all the same. Thanks for watching. See you later.